It's time for another 1 minute story review, and today we're going to be looking at Queenslayer by Sebastien de Castell. The fifth book in the Spellslinger series, this is the one where Kellen really becomes an Argosy in the form of being a harbinger of doom. As usual, Kellen gets himself deep in it really early on and gets brought in front of the Darriman Queen to be executed for treason. The guards made a mistake by not gagging him because he almost immediately talks his way out of it into a game of cards. The Queen, who's quite young, finds him amusing, fun to play games with, and decides to not have him executed. So does this mean he winds up on the street free to go? Of course not. He winds up as one of her tutors. Pretty much no one in the royal court actually likes him, and he's a tutor of cards, which means he's really looked down upon by the other tutors. Because, they teach the Queen actual important stuff like diplomacy and math. As per the usual way Kellen is, he really doesn't care for the position very much. But he does smell something fishy in the High Court, and he would kick himself if he didn't dig deeper. So he digs deeper and other people kick him. What follows is about the smartest the boy's ever been when it comes to playing the game of diplomacy and espionage. And of course, the back half is filled with a lot of action, because when you discover a plot on the Queen's life, generally people don't want to let you live. Every other Spellslinger book has been more or less its standalone story, but this one heavily leans into the next one, so you need to read both of them to get the full story. That being said, this book does stand pretty well on its own, and it's nice to see our boy actually being, smart for once. You're this deep in the Spellslinger series, you're obviously going to read this one, but the only thing that I'm going to warn you about is if you're about to get to Queenslayer, then get ready to read Crownbreaker right after it, because you are going to need both of them.